In this video, I'll be giving a demo of LisPi, a bare metal Lisp programming environment. This is a project I've been working on for the past year or so. The idea is to create an environment that doesn't depend on any other software and is built from scratch, taking ideas from old Lisp and Smalltalk systems. Let's start with the debugger, which is not much different from your typical debugger, except for the list of restarts at the top, which comes from the condition system, a feature I borrowed from Common Lisp. The second panel contains a list of all the functions that have been called, and when you select one of them, its local variables get displayed. When you select a variable, its value is passed to the inspector, a tool that allows you to navigate and explore structures, lists, arrays, numbers, really any data structure. Once you're done, you can resume execution either by restarting a frame or picking one of the available restarts. The editor is kind of unique. This is because when you edit source code, you don't edit files, you edit definitions individually. As a result, you don't load files in the editor, you load the source code of the definition of a symbol. Let's try to write some code. In this system, you create an empty buffer, write something, compile, and that's it. I can try calling the function, and the result is displayed at the bottom of the log window. If I want to change the behavior of this function, say I want to add a breakpoint so I can inspect the arguments, I can edit the code and recompile. Now if I try to call this function again, the debugger will show up and we can look at the arguments. We can load and edit any symbol that has been defined. For example, in our little function we used break, so let's try to load it. Break then calls invoke debugger. Let's load that as well. And so on and so forth. You get the idea. Of course, this being a bare metal project, we don't have access to OpenGL, and as a result, I'm writing my own graphics library and GPU driver entirely in Lisp. While you can do basic things with it, like drawing textured triangles, the real highlight is the shader compiler. I want shader programming to feel seamless with the way you program the rest of the system, and because it's easy to turn Lisp into any language you want, I decided to use Lisp as my shading language. This not only allows me to load shaders in the editor, I can also recompile them on the fly. For example, I wrote a function that tells the GPU to draw a triangle using this fragment shader. If I want to change the color of the triangle, I can edit the shader and recompile. Right now, almost everything is written in Lisp. There is some code written in C, like the USB driver and the SD card driver that I wrote back when LisPi could barely do anything, and these drivers will get rewritten in Lisp at some point in the future. But for now, this is all I wanted to cover in this demo. Thanks for watching.